stranger or willing and
Okay, don't get excited just yet. I know we all heard that the Fed was going to have a meeting. They had it on yesterday, and everybody starts anticipating, okay, they're going to start cutting down the interest rates. I can buy a house now. That's not necessarily the case. Listen, when you hear that the federal funds has actually lowered their rate, that simply means they've actually lowered the price that they charge other smaller banks to borrow money for them overnight to meet their Federal Reserve's requirements. So it's basically banks helping each other out, okay? Now, there is a benefit. If you have something like a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, or a personal line of credit, I always advocate you going through the credit unions because they work for the members. They're not like a big box bank. Nothing against banks and all, but remember, credit unions, they work for the members. Who are you? If you go there and you take out a home equity line of credit, the rate is going to be lower to do that. Personal lines of credit, the same. The rate is going to be lower. Now, when it comes to mortgage rates, I know for some people like, I want to buy a house like now. You guys, the sad thing is they said that they're probably going to do maybe 2 rate cuts in 2025, may or may not affect homes. You want to look for one thing when it comes to maybe them possibly lowering the cost to purchase a home interest rate. When you hear things like a jobs report is what they look at to see how the economy is doing, how strong or how weak it is. If that jobs report is low or it actually misses those indicators that they're looking for, then they may consider doing interest rate cut. But they got to be able to see that maybe the jobs report has failed, the economy is kind of tanking a little bit, inflation is rising. Then they will look at possibly doing an interest rate cut that will affect mortgages. But for right now, that's not going to be the case. So hold tight. If you want to buy a home and you're looking for a lower rate, either you have to make a decision. Do I want to buy with a higher rate and hope for a lower rate in the future to refinance it, or it's really your choice? I'm just giving you these options here. But if you have a home equity line of credit, remember, if you want to borrow, it's going to be cheaper now to use the bank's money. Great thing. Or if you currently have a home equity line of credit or a personal line of credit, I'm going to encourage you in the next month to take a look at your statements. It's probably going to lower it by a couple, maybe a percentage point, maybe a 0.25 percentage point. That's a good thing. Because remember, when it comes to things like a HELOC or PLOC, those are tied to the prime. And typically, they're usually 3 percentage points higher than the prime. So take a look at that. It may be a difference of $20, $30, $40, $50, $60 that you're paying every single month. But the good thing, when I talk about savings, I'm always going to say, never ever just go with a typical standard savings account with your bank, because you're getting pennies on the dollar and they're making all that money while your money is sitting there doing nothing for you. Make it work for you. Since the federal funds rate has actually been adjusted down, helping out the banks, you still can get into a very good high yield savings account. You guys, here's about 3 different options you can take a look at. These are high yield savings, which means that when your money is just sitting in the savings account, you're actually making more money back. That's going into your pocket. You're capitalizing on making more money back. 5.5% annual percentage yield. That's not bad if you have maybe $1,000 or maybe a couple $100 sitting in the bank account. But once again, it's working for you. So I'm going to encourage you, number one, if you want to take out a home equity line of credit, follow me, because I can teach you how to pay your mortgage down using a line of credit, not a loan. Also, personal line of credit, the same thing. It's going to be lower to generally take out either one of those options. And also, if you're currently in a HELOC or a PLOC, take a look at your statement next month. You're going to probably see a 0.25% fall. But once again, if you're looking to buy a home, you have to decide if you want to buy now with hopes of getting a lower mortgage later, or the way we teach it is that even if you do buy, interest rates are high, we teach you how to run down that mortgage in record time utilizing a line of credit. So for those looking into getting into line of credit, now's the time. The rates are low. That did help us a little bit. But for those looking to buy a home and looking for the report to say, hey, interest rates are lower, you guys, it may not happen. I think the years and the days of the 2.75s and the 3.5% are gone. But with the government, you just never know. They have a way of changing things around and flipping it and making us all out to be liars. So until the next time, until the next video, you stay strong, you keep winning. I'm here until you win. And remember, if you don't tell your money where to go, you're going to wonder where it went. We're trying to flip that narrative. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.